Hello everyone, welcome to Conversations with Sakeina. In this video we are going to be doing a walkthrough of the Tarot Arthurien by Claire Duval, illustrations by Anna Turian. Then once we go through the book and the cards, I will be shuffling very thoroughly and we will be asking Sakeina what her take is on this deck. So stay tuned to the end for that. I actually saw someone else do a walkthrough of this deck, and because Anna Turian is like a favorite, you see the Tarot of the Abyss deck that I use all the time for the long readings. They're done by Anna Turian. She was pretty much the first deck that I was able to make heads or tails of, let's put it that way. And so when I saw that she had illustrated this deck, I wanted to get it and share it with you guys. It is all in French, so I'll be working with that with you. I went ahead of the game and did some Google translation. So if it doesn't always make a lot of sense, Google translation does really well, but once in a while. So anyway, we have a beautiful box here, and a very thick box actually. If I compare it to the vice versa tarot that I did a walkthrough on last week, I believe, you can see the difference here in height of the box. It is a bit less wide than the vice versa tarot box, but it's a hefty box. And really beautiful gold here. It is also a magnet box. And when we look on the back, we have a bit of information here, and I did actually transcribe this. So on the back of the box here, the headline is "Discover the Wisdom Teachings of the Mythical King Arthur." Then it goes on to say, "The Arthurian legend, magnificent and alive like the water of streams, adapts to the eras and the storytellers of all times. Thanks to the 78 divinatory blades marked by occultism from the end of the 19th century, travel to the misty kingdom of Avalon and enter a subtle world full of mysteries and surprises to meet your true being. Gently, you will be able to carry out work of personal knowledge and healing of your soul. The explanatory book also offers you numerous drawings, detailed guidance, as well as journaling exercise in order to carry out deep introspection work. This tarot will become a precious tool to reconnect you with the marvelous and take charge of your destiny." And then we have a few of the cards here, including what the back looks like, which is the one in the center. And I didn't translate about Claire Duval or Anna Turian. You can find that in the back of the book as well. So let's open this up and see what we have here. It is, with the gold and the brown, it is such a gorgeous, gorgeous box. Kind of fits the book and the cards. Excuse the page ruffling. I'm getting my translation for this here. It says, "Enter a subtle world full of mysteries and surprises to meet your deep being, the one who has always been linked to the sacred, magic, and the unspeakable." Beautiful. And here we have a nice ribbon that helps take out the book. And this book is, let's see, 373 pages. Cute little book. Nice size to hold. And it looks to have been made maybe with recycled paper, but I'm not sure. Or maybe it's just looking that way because it kind of resembles a brownish parchment paper. So I did, we'll set that aside for a minute, push the box back. I did also translate the table of contents, or as they call it, the summary. So we have the introduction, we have why an Arthurian tarot, we have the tarot in a few dates, the structure of the tarot, the major arcana, the minor arcana, and the masculine, I believe it's and the feminine in the tarot. Then in practice, consecration of the Arthurian tarot, gather the right conditions for the draw, how to read cards. And then there's a good number of spreads here, which it looks like they call them prints. Tirages translates to prints, but I'm calling them spreads. So we have drawing to get to know your tarot, draw of the day, Arthurian magic spread, Lancelot's choice spread, my quest for love draw, Guinevere and Lancelot spread, the magic of the fairies draw, the strength of the knight draw, Knight, Merlin's clairvoyance spread, and birth cards. Then it goes on to the cards. We're doing the majors first. So it goes down through all the majors, and then we go into the batons, which is the wands. We go into the coupes or the cups. Sorry for the blur here. It can be very temperamental. And then we have, I don't know if that's pronounced epes or epes. Not sure. They're the swords. And then we have deniers, which would either be coins or pentacles. And when I actually tried to translate that, it did deny. Deniii or something like that. So it was giving me, I don't know, the singular for deniers. I'm not sure. Anyway, that would be coins or pentacles. And then we have a selective bibliography. We have thanks. We have about Claire Duval. We have other works by Claire Duval, and about Anna Turian. So it has a lot in the book. And they are very clear in their spreads here with the pictures. One moment, I have to take my snoring chihuahua out to the other room. Thank you for the waiting. And later, after we've gone through the cards, I have already chosen a card that I've translated so you can see how the book actually reads. So without further ado here, let us put the book aside and pull out the cards. And as you can see, we have a good solid box for the cards to sit in too. So this is kind of amazing. They put a lot into the production of these cards. So it's got the thumb holds here. It has the flower that is on the back of the cards. And it opens very easily. And then we have the flower again on the inside. The book might tell what this flower is all about, but I did not translate that part. And bottom of the box, so that flower is significant. So we're going to put that up, and we will start with what would normally be the Fool. So, fair warning here, I will be chopping up this video, taking out the forever trying to focus the words on the cards for you so that the video isn't overly long. So this is the Fool, but the writing on the bottom is the Madman of the Woods. Look at how happy he is. I just love Arthurien's way of doing expressions. The Magician. The High Priestess. She seems to be beckoning us to come on in, to go inside ourselves. The Empress. The Emperor. See the dragons in the corner up on his chair? The Hierophant. The Lovers. The Chariot. Justice. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Strength. You see the dragon on his cape. The Hanged Man. This is very different. This one would be one that would very much be worth checking into the book. Death. Temperance. The Devil. The Tower. You can see that it's the two dragons that are fighting, shaking the earth enough to start bringing down the tower. The Star. The Moon. The Sun. Judgment. The World. And I'm going to leave this one out because it's the one that I chose to translate for you. The Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. Four of Wands. Five of Wands. Six of Wands. Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands. Nine of Wands. Ten of Wands. This kind of reminds me of Rapunzel. The King of Wands. The Queen. The Queen of Wands. Something unique here with the King and the Queen is that there's this marking up at the top, and it fits together, which allows it to create a scene with the King and the Queen. Stunning. Then we have the Knight. The Knight of Wands. And we have the Lady of Wands, which would be the Page. The Ace of Cups. Two of Cups. Three of Cups. Four of Cups. May have just heard my chihuahua snoring. Five of Cups. Six of Cups. This is such a beautiful card. The harmony of love. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. Ten of Cups. King of Cups. Queen of Cups. And again, to some degree, these do match together using the land masses between the two chairs. So she is looking at him. They are sitting on the shore and she's looking at him. Knight of Cups. And the Lady of Cups, or the Page. Ace of Swords. So there you have the sword and the stone. Two of Swords. Three of Swords. Four of Swords. Five of Swords. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. Eight of Swords. Nine of Swords. Ten of Swords. King of Swords. Queen of Swords. And again, the two can come together in a scene, matching up the chessboard. Somewhere in there. About like that, I think. the Knight of Swords, the Lady of Swords, or the Page, the perpetual learner here. The Ace of Coins or Pentacles, we're just going to say Pentacles throughout. Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and again side by side sitting in the wheat field. Knight of Pentacles, Lady of Pentacles, or Page. Okay, so there are all the cards. Now let me talk for a second about the cards themselves. Okay, they are, I don't know why I have kind of a split in here. Anyway, they are gold, edging, and they are definitely matte finish. There's Not a lot of shine to them at all. It feels matte. It doesn't feel glossy, which is a preference of some. And it is a thicker cardstock. So shuffling it may be a little difficult. So I have a really hard time with doing a riffle shuffle with many tarot decks. My hands just have a hard time doing it. But here we have the ability, but the bending of them is a little hard for me. I'm a pretty good riffle shuffler, but they are very stiff and they just, don't get me wrong, they snap, but not as some do. It's a thicker cardstock, but it's not a bad cardstock. You know that your cards are going to last a while. I prefer to side shuffle myself, and these, when it works properly, these actually don't do too badly with the side shuffle. And I also shuffle in this manner a lot because this is how Sakeina prefers, so that she can send jumpers out for the readings. And for some people who, I know that there are some, I don't even know how it's done, but anyway, where they do this really fast. These would work just fine for that too. You can hear the sound though when you do that. It's a very swish kind of sound. And full disclosure, I have done this walkthrough once before, recorded it once before, but I didn't have much for translation for you, so I decided to redo it. Thus, when I did it before, the card that I had randomly pulled from the deck was the World card. So since I had already translated it, I decided I would just keep that. So the translation for this World card, as for the way that the book reads, hold on, and I will grab the book and pull up that card. Oh, and also, the pictures in the book are color, which is so nice. It's just a really awesome book, I think. So let us find the page for the World. And Le Monde means the world. So this poem here says, "Glorious white deer, light up my heart and guide my soul on the path to infinite wisdom." And then we have the correspondence is the universe. The title is The Great of the Night of Time. Element is Earth and planet is Saturn. And then she has two paragraphs here about symbols. So on the card, the white deer, both Christ and pagan God, he is the reconciliation of opposites and the unification of spiritual worlds. And then she's talking about the 4 red lions on the card. They are a reminder of the 4 evangelists thus represented on the mosaic, but also of the 4 directions and the 4 elements, which are the basis of the incarnation. And then we have the meaning of the card. It says, in the Grail Church in Trehorantuk, there is a magnificent mosaic which inspired this map. It is a beautiful representation for the map of the world because the presence of the white deer, both Christ and pagan God, is in the image of the Arthurian legend, integrating the glory of ancient times and the new. In a drawing, whether on a mystical or practical level, the card will speak of great achievement, completeness, and integration in one or more aspects of your life. Your heart is open to love, to compassion, and you radiate great wisdom. In its veil aspect, there is a blockage that prevents you from succeeding. You will have to identify it and overcome it if you want to move forward and finally achieve success. So the veil is reverse. And now they give, over here on this page, she gives keywords for this card, and it says the light side or right card, completion, total realization, harmony, complete success, realization of dreams, practical mastery of the magic, very favorable circumstances, reward, renewal, integration, completeness, unity, perfection, wisdom, illumination, ecstasy, liberation, Christ-like values, and in particular those of love and compassion. And then the reverse, which she calls the veil side or the reverse card, confinement, feeling of solitude, detached from everything, feeling excluded, depressive state, blockage, stagnation, inertia, inability to move on, refusal of the laws of nature, frustration, fear of separation, need for love and security, attempt to fill the inner void with material abundance or social recognition. And then she has journaling prompts. So with this card, it would be, what did I realize? What have I achieved? What are the blockages that prevent me from fully succeeding? What are my practices to feel part of the whole? Am I ready to enter a new era? And then down here it says, my sacred quest, I am one with the whole. So there is a good amount of information with each card in this book. So that is it for translations for now. And we've been through the cards, we've been through the book. So now I'm going to go off camera for a few minutes, and I'm really going to mix these cards. And then I'm coming back, and we will let Sakeina do a jumper or two to let us know what her take on this deck is. Be right back. Okay, I'm shuffled. It may not be as shuffled as I would like it to be. However, Sakeina will find the cards that she needs, or the card, to do what I am asking here about her take on this deck. We will continue to shuffle here and let her throw us out a jumper card. If we get a lot of cards that fall out together, I will just take the top one. So here we go. Sakeina, could you send out a jumper to let us know what your thoughts are on this deck? What do you think about this Tarot Arthurien deck? Okay, we have two here. So we will flip them over. We have the Seven of Cups and we have the Nine of Cups. First of all, she apparently loves the deck since these are cups and that's emotion. And it looks here as though it's showing someone putting a spell on these soldiers, perhaps. So I think what she's saying is it's such a beautiful deck that it could easily put whoever uses it under a very magical spell. The Seven of Cups is also a card about kind of running crazy and wild with our imaginations. Maybe having a little bit of ungrounded thinking. So I think there, number one, it can be quite the spellbinder and it can allow for our imaginations to run wild, but it might at first kind of throw us off, and it would be difficult to look up in the book without a translator. But for those people who are very familiar with tarot, it may not be a problem at all. And then, of course, we know that the Nine of Cups is the wish card. And so if you've wished for this deck, I think she's saying you will be pleased that you did purchase the deck, and a lot of magical things can come from it. I think she's also saying that whatever effort that you put into reading these cards will pay off for you, and you're going to really, really enjoy using them and learning from them. So I think she gave a very good take on this deck, and it really is a beautiful deck. So that is it for this reading. I do hope, not reading, walkthrough, excuse me. And I do hope that you have enjoyed the time spent with this. I'm going to very much enjoy working with these cards, I think. So, until next time, take care.